Good evening, afternoon, and morning, VFN Nation. SFL action continues with us tonight as we are live here in Mount Olympus. Welcome to the final week in the Simulation Football League in the Virtual Football Network. Tonight, two teams vying for playoff positioning and division standing face off as the 8-3 Denver Nightwings visit the 7-4 Washington Trident. I'm Mark Lopez and I'll be your play-by-play announcer tonight. With me is the one and only Wade Collins here to provide analysis with me. Hope you're having a great night so far, Wade. What would be your keys to victory for either of these two formidable teams tonight?
Glad to be here with you, Mark. And for me, it comes down to keeping these quarterbacks mistake-free. It's going to take a lot because Washington has only given up 13 sacks all season, and Travis Blanton not far behind with 19. So it'll take a lot to bring these, hurry these quarterbacks and force some incompletions and turnovers.
Well, we'll see what we will get tonight. It is chilly here tonight in Washington, currently 60 degrees with partly cloudy skies. But folks, you know what my forecast is always. Hoping for a fantastic game between these two juggernauts of the league. Dwayne and Mike are on stats tonight, and Cameron Irvine is also producing this show as always. Thank you for joining us, everyone on chat. Let's have a good one as we start off the kickoff. Ball decided to be returned by Washington. They'll kneel it. Actually, it goes out of bounds. They're going to start, Denver will start at their 20-yard line. We get a first look at the offense led here by quarterback Travis Blanton. We'll get to introduce you to the team in a second here, but we get to look at their first play off of scrimmage. Single back, triple formation. They hand it off strong side, and run is broken up after no gain. That was the ball by Bailey O'Shaughnessy, the other running back, Jeremy Mosley, and R.E. Mills, the fullback. Wide receivers are Dylan Lewis, Jay Viper, Michael Goodman, and Logan Teal. Tight end, Michael Kleineck, and offensive line, Gene Benazzi, Kira Cole, Marcelo Martin, and DeAngelo Death. Second down play. Blanton will throw. Blanton almost connects with his receiver, but that ball is incomplete.
Yeah, Maxwell Quimby was right there to play great defense. Pass defense was excellent, and forced the incompletion. Tried to complete it kind of short, but brings up a 3rd and 10.
After a close pass in which they could have gotten first down, they line up in bunch here. 3rd and long. They roll out weak side. Time to throw, and Blanton connects with his receiver number 12, Dylan Lewis. Nice catch by the wide receiver who has been with them his entire SFL career.
That's right. The one-time All-Star has 40 receptions up to this game, and does pretty well to get open in the open space and catch that first down, and now they get to continue this drive and try to put 7 on the board.
That will be probably one of the plays to look out for all night tonight as their 3rd down beater. They line up again in single back triple. I can say nickel look, run strong side again, but once again broken up, same play, same result, and tackled by Nathaniel Diggs again.
Yeah, he was right there, another all-star in this game, and right there was just snuffed it out immediately and brought him down for a 1-yard loss.
So 2nd and long again. They've been in down and long situations all night in their 5 plays. A jumping pass is complete. What a play by the quarterback as Michael Goodman makes a nice route and catch.
Yeah, phenomenal pocket awareness by Travis Blanton. Found Michael Goodman and looked like there might have been, right there, leads it perfectly to not make it a hospital ball, but that safety immediately crashes down and gets the tackle. But phenomenal field awareness and pocket presence by Travis Blanton right there.
Beautiful post route by the receiver Goodman as well. Then go back to their favorite look so far tonight. A run for 2 yards, tackled by Warner. We're going to be calling Warner and Diggs' name a lot tonight, aren't we, Wade?
Absolutely. Over 192 tackles combined for both of them. They absolutely just shred the backfield to get in there and get tackles.
New formation here for Denver tonight. Short step back by Blanton. Nice completion down the middle along the hashes. That is, once again, to number 12, Dylan Lewis.
Yes, and that's another first down for Dylan Lewis on that connection. 2 passes, 2 catches, 2 first downs. They like that combination of the pass and catch for those two players, Trellis Blanton and Dylan Lewis, and right now is showing in the early going.
And they've been mixing up passing and running, as you mentioned. Probably the passing more successful so far tonight, as the running has been averaging less than a yard so far. Here's a throw by Blanton, and he's going to be brought down by a sack. The offensive line caves in.
Yeah, that pressure got to him quick. It looked like he was almost trying to maybe pump fake it and make that lineman jump out of his socks, but right there immediately breaks the block and then immediately gets to the ball carrier, the quarterback, Tina Begin, right there on the sack.
Yeah, Tina Begin with the great hit. Credit Blanton for hanging on to the ball. He was mid-throw. Oh, that was the pick is made. Oh my, tipped in the middle of the pass. We said we were going to call their name a lot. Warner makes a big impact play to start the ball game.
Yeah, that's his 6th interception of the season right there. Kind of bobbles it right off the bat, but maintains the concentration and absorbs the big hit and maintains the catch. Interception, and now we've got a flip in the field, and we'll get to see Washington get out there, try to put some points on the board.
The soft zone pays off for the Washington defense as they pick off Blanton in the middle of the field. That was his 13th sack. He's second fewest in the league with only 12, but Washington add another against Trellis. So now Tommy Utah and company out on the field. They start at the 37-yard line. Utah will throw. Utah almost connects with this receiver on what looked like a double post route.
And a lot of that comes down to that rush throw due to the defensive line and pressure getting to the quarterback. Tommy Utah had to get rid of it in a hurry and almost throw it into double coverage, it looked like right there, in the safety combo with the cornerback forces the incompletion.
So far, both teams looking to pass early. Empty look here by Washington. Denver will rush 4. Utah will throw towards the right side. Good. Nice throw towards the 40-yard line of Denver, and a completion to Johan Sutherland flips the field.
The 6-foot target right there just gets in a perfect spot in the zone coverage. The safety is just hanging out right there. Looked like number 23 got it, and that stops the bigger gain for the offense. Stephen Goodman was there, the cornerback, and that forces this 1st and 10.
It was a high cover 3, and the corner route undercut Goodman, allowing Utah a wide open target. The Washington motion the receiver. Denver stay in zone coverage. They don't follow with their man. Utah to throw. Deep step back throw to a shallow route. That's picked off. He's at the 40-yard line. He might be going home for pick 6. He is home for the touchdown. Ted Haynes.
That's his 2nd interception of the season, and none bigger than right there. Takes it in, just beats the man, the offensive player playing defense right there. It was a foot race. He was off to the races. Look at this, just beautiful coverage, just right there, jumps the route, takes it, and then it's a foot race. The lineman just cannot make up the run, and then Ted Haynes saunters into the end zone, putting Denver up 6-0.
Wow. So, I mean, now both defenses racking 1 pick against the opposing quarterback, whereas coming into this game, Wade, both quarterbacks tied for 2nd fewest at 12, and already an interception, and we are not even 5 minutes into the 1st quarter.
No, you're right. The 2nd in the league for both of these quarterbacks, and right there, just showing maybe a little bit of rust that they need to knock off before they get deeper into this game.
Well, that turnover will give us a chance to introduce you finally to this Washington offense. The quarterback, Charles Blanton, pretty decent return here, all the way to the 36-yard line by Shane Kaufman. But the quarterback, Tommy Utah, running backs, Dwayne Salmons, Christopher Dean, and Julian Gusters. Wide receivers are King Alexander, Johan Sutherland, Tara Cooper, Shane Kaufman, and Phil Koss. Tight end is Azami Mihara, and on the offensive line they have Dakota Butts, Scott Pancake, Bill McMillan, Phil McMillan, and Charles Michael. Wait, Dwayne Salmons, running back for Washington, is facing now his former team, Denver Nightwigs, which he played for a majority of his career.
Absolutely. You know he wants to shine tonight.
So they will give it to Sammons. He's going to pick up 7 yards on a run down the gut.
Yeah, he just started off in a hurry, just right out of the chute, just took off, picks up 7, hard charging run. And, that's a good start for the former Denver Nightwing. And, he's wanting to add some more yards before the end of the night's over.
After a drive where they've been empty all night long, they go in heavy set, and that's going to go nowhere. A gain of 1 yard is Chuck Diesel on the tackle.
Hugo Reynosa was right there to combine for the help with the tackle on the assist, and it ended up just getting cleaned up by the linebacker.
Heavy set now. Everyone compressed on the offensive line. Gonna be a handoff down the middle. They get it. Sammons with a first down as the blocking weak side or strong side was good enough.
Phenomenal field vision right there by Sammons. He was just searching for the hole, found one, and shot through it to pick up just enough for the first down.
And the blockers also held. It didn't seem like a congestion was there. There was just a hole presented. Here's Utah to throw, has time, was kept safe in the pocket, and finds his man. Great catch to Terrell Cooper.
6'5" Terrell Cooper right there. Found the open area in the secondary to pick up that first down. And so far, we've seen Washington's offensive line be phenomenal in pass pro and run pro. And they've been, as well as, the tight end, fullbacks, running backs have been chipping in, getting those blocks. And so far, Tommy Utah has had quite a bit of time to throw.
And all that you mentioned, Wade, has led to Tommy Utah being the third best protected quarterback with only 13 sacks in 11 games. That's less than 1.2 sacks per game. Here's a run down the middle given to Sammons. That's going to go for 2 yards, and it's now 2nd and 8.
They've stayed fairly run heavy so far in this drive. We'll see if they open it up, if it's not paying off for them in the run game, but right now it looks like they might be going to the air.
It is single back, 3 wide receivers out there in the tight end strong side. It will be thrown. Utah once again, 2 wide open receivers actually, Wade, in the middle of the zone.
Shane Kaufman was wide open, like you said, had a few targets in mind, but the pressure was coming. He had to get rid of the ball quick. And right there, Kaufman looked like a little slant possibly, or crossing route, caught that, but then immediately got whacked, but was able to maintain the catch and bring it down for a first down.
I would guess it would probably a simple seam route, but the pass a little outside his route, had to make the one-handed catch to make the completion, but still wide open and give his quarterback a good shot at the throw. They find themselves at the 12-yard line, first down again. Denver sent the house on the pass rush, and that's going to lead to a pass incompletion. Intended target was Terrell Cooper.
The pass was into just kind of jumbled coverage over there. There are a few Trident receivers in the area, as well as a few Denver defenders, and it was incomplete.
Here we go, second down, still at the 12-yard line. They're going to hand it off to Salmon. Good blocking downfield, and will struggle to find more yards, but will still pick up a nice, respectable 6.
And now it's a 3rd and 4, which is, what most coaches look for in those short to medium pass area. It's a little long for a run, but we'll see if they want to lean on the run back or go for a pass right here.
The lineup in heavy set. It's signaling run. The pass out of it. It will be a fullback dive. Denver says no. They deny the first down inside 10 yards and force a field goal. Washington could not convert.
Hey, if you're going for a power back, Julian Gusters is 6'7", 265 as a fullback. He is a mountain of a man that can absolutely just tear people up.
And a field goal is up and good, and after 57 yards in this drive, they settled for 3. Denver bent, but proverbially did not break. And what a drive so far by both sides of the ball here.
Absolutely. It's been a little bit of offense, a little bit of defense on that last drive, another set of defense to hold strong and make it only 3 points. But, hey, it's been a fantastic matchup so far.
Gonna finally get the second look at Travis Blanton's offense. Last time they were on the field, they settled Well, they didn't settle. They were picked off. That was when the pickoff party started, but is now back on the field here. Also, the defense of Washington back out after a lengthy break. Nickel look by Washington against single back by Denver. They're going to hand it off. The strong side running has been their consistent go-to on first down so far.
So far, they have been leaning on that, absolutely. But so far, Washington's defense has absolutely been reading it the entire way and has been stopping it each time.
We'll see if they go back to it here in second down. It is another run. It's another outside run. And once again, Warner. That's not Warner. That's Nathaniel Diggs with the tackle. Let's introduce you to this Washington defense who has been starting out on fire tonight. Rodney Panani, King McNeely, Doug Howard, and Tina Begin on the defensive line. Nicholas Warner, Nathaniel Diggs, and TJ Harper are the linebackers. We got Mark Kaufman, Ryan Cook, John DeSantis, and Maxwell Quimby as the cornerback. Play action rollout is going to be going nowhere as the safeties were there to cover that play. Actually, DeSantis looks like credited with the coverage.
Phenomenal play by DeSantis just to lay out, leave it all out on the field, just laid out and got that deflection. Phenomenal play by the defense.
As we see off the defense with this punt that they successfully forced. Safeties are Kappa Jones, Willie Benz, and Albert again, so we get the ball back to Washington. So a quick 3 and out. We'll look at the total yards comparison. Nightwings limited to only 42 so far after 3 drives.
Yeah, that pick 6 is playing huge, and we'll see if it pays off in the end. But yeah, half of Washington's output Denver has, but that pick 6, again, is huge.
Very good ball position by Washington, though, after forcing the punt in the previous drive. They start midfield, and they're going to start with a run, and Denver follows suit with a good run stuff.
So far on these run plays for both of these teams, it's looking like it's gonna be a theme. It looks like both of these running back cores are gonna have to break that initial tackle attempt to get any run room in this ballgame.
9-wide technique by the defensive end, but Salmons runs opposite side and breaks the tackle before being brought down by essentially a crowd of white uniforms.
And that's what you've got to have. You've got to break that initial tackle and then bring bodies with you as you're falling forward, because both of these defenses have been playing lights out in the run defense department today.
42-85 yards comparison. 3rd and long here. Medium is good. Utah finds his man. His 3rd down conversion rate through the air has been impeccable tonight.
It has. And Johan Sutherland gets another 1st down for them. And just look at that, just wide open over the field. The safety comes crashing down to make the stop, but he had plenty of time back there to pass, and it finds his open man for the 1st down.
Beautiful pass to flip the field once again. 2nd time Utah has done it through the air. Salmons will get the ball again, a pickup of about 3 yards. That might bring out their heavy set once again. That's going to end the first quarter. 1 frame down to this juggernaut of a ball game. 7 Denver, Washington 3, the home team trying to keep up with the road team, but they do have the ball here, Wade. What are you looking as far as any potential adjustments to be made after the first drive?
Yeah, I mean, they've been running the ball enough to where I think if they mix in maybe some play action just to draw Denver's defense into some precarious positions, it will help.
We'll see if they have those in the playbook at all. They'll give it back to Salmons. Salmons gets nothing after they stonewall him on the line.
Yeah, nothing going on that play. Salmons was immediately just bottled up by multiple defenders by the Nightwings defense. And, now they've got to kind of abandon the run on this play, and now they go to that bunch formation again.
And so far, 2 for 3 and 3rd down. Both 2 3rd down conversions were by Utah because he makes them all. He makes this one to no. They say he's short, Wade.
Yeah, I think that's going to be challenged because he was so, yep, there it is. They challenged it immediately almost. Yeah, I think he had it. I think he had the first down on the forward progress and then immediately gets stonewalled and pushed back. But hey, that forward progress, I believe they got that first down.
Yeah, it did look very close at initial look. And it's a decent challenge because even if this is not overturned, you know, you got a shot, but it looks like it's good. This is a way better angle.
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said, even if it is not changed, it's a good spot.
Good spot to force a fourth down. Washington successful on their challenge. And how about Tommy Utah on three third down attempts? He makes all 3 third down, twice on the air, and this one through his legs.
And he only has 24 carries on the season for 91 yards, but right there, like you mentioned, never a bigger time right there to pick up that first down on the ground.
He has been having a pretty good season so far and leading this team to their 7-4 record. Here's a fake pass, a delayed handoff to Sam as he picks up 4 after this play.
That big 4-yard gain, that chips away at the down and distance. If you can try to pick up 4 yards every play, 3 plays, you've got 12 yards right there. That's a first down every 3 plays. If they can continue that production, it'll be tough, but if they can, it'll be easier.
Yep, and they're also chipping away at the stamina here of the defense, making them more fatigued as this drive goes on. Fullback dive down the middle. It's good for about 3 yards as they give it to that's Julian Gusters with his 20th carry of the season.
Yes, and he has 2 touchdowns on the season, but when you've got that big old mountain of a man down there in the goal line, it's pretty tough to stop.
Heavy look. Shovel pass is good for a first down. Dwayne Salmons will pick a first down. That's a pretty sneaky play. We're talking about, some fancy shenanigans, and they bring out the shovel pass here.
Yeah, catch him off guard. That play can be deadly, and right there, got it. And that shovel pass builds up just a big, heavy momentum, and he broke that first tackle violently.
Good position here for 3 downs to the end zone. 6 yards to go, heavy set. Even if you average 2 yards per run play, you can get there to the end zone. They will give it to... It's not Salmons, that's Christopher Dean. He will pick up all 6 in one go. Touchdown to Washington. They take the lead.
6'3", 260. Christopher Dean, 8 seasons in the league, 8 seasons with Washington's franchise. And right there, that makes his 3rd touchdown of the season. And they needed that. That pulls them ahead, potentially by 3. But right there, the blocking was good. Broke the initial tackle, just like we said they have to do. And now they're up. And going forward, they've got some momentum.
And this ground attack by Washington, it's starring 2 of the best running backs as far as, on paper, raw talent goes, right? Dwayne Salmons, Christopher Dean is a storied 1-2 punch so far this season. Probably, arguably taking the spot of the 1-2 punch of Rojo and Logan Lee of Sin City as far as great 1-2 punch running backs.
Absolutely. Because they can hurt you in different ways, but they're just so effective.
Effective on the inside and the outside. And you got to credit this blocking unit of Washington. They got 5-star offensive line players leading the way. Denver with a pretty decent return here off of the kickoff. Our return to the outside will start them off at the 41-yard line. So only, 59 yards to go here. My math serves me right. Look, they have to make up for their last 2 drives. They started off with the pick and the punt and have yet to see more action here on the field. Blanton will throw. Blanton throwing off balance, off platform. I was about to say another kind of off, but he makes a completion anyway.
He does. The off-balance throw gets it just enough distance to be complete to Michael Goodman. Good corral by the defense just to limit the damage. But, hey, Denver needs a kind of a little spark in their offense to maybe get some points right here. But now they're in kind of a heavier, wide-open formation.
Red look, offset eye. Pitching it to the outside. It's going to go for about a loss of 2 yards. Jeremy Mosley could not break the tackle, will be brought down.
Nathaniel Diggs. Excuse me. Yes, Nathaniel Diggs right there on the tackle, making his 4th tackle today. And it's another tackle for a loss, and this linebacker crew has been flying.
Take a look by Washington. They'll throw it. That's good. Complete on the pass there. Received by their tight end, Mike Kleineck, his first of the evening.
Yes, it was a beautiful play design. Brought him on, looked like a little in route. Caught that just enough. Picks up the first down for 11 yards, and now they continue to cook.
Oh, they say it's not a first down, but they have to give it here to the running back, and they get there. Yes, they say yes, as Bailey O'Shaughnessy picks up the first down against the team of his now former teammate, Dwayne Simmons.
Yeah, and they needed that because I think they shorted him a little bit, but right there, doesn't matter. Picks up the first.
Strong side run. Gonna give it to Mosley. He's gonna pick up 4, and now they're starting to cook here in Washington territory.
They are, because up till this point, that run game has just been getting nothing going. And right there, picks up 4, which has been one of their better gains of the day.
They open up the defensive line here, down the middle. They could run it down the middle. They do. And look at this. They take advantage of the open middle, and they pick up a first down. Great running by O'Shaughnessy, and a great lead block by the fullback, R.E. Mills, too.
Yes, Bailey O'Shaughnessy is a dangerous player. Anytime they get out in the open, they're phenomenal and can absolutely make you pay right there. Another instance, and first down. Denver continues this drive.
R.E. Mills laying the block on, in the second and third level. They find themselves knocking on the red zone. They're going to give this to Mosley. Mosley with the pitch will pick up 6 yards. He's picking up steam after starting the game averaging less than a yard.
Denver's offense continues to this run game, and this line is starting to chip away at Washington's defense, and it's starting to show. Maybe that's fatigue starting to set in.
Mosley was up to 9 carries, which is surprising. O'Shaughnessy will pick up almost a first down. It's 3rd and 1, and this Washington defense starting to look, pretty vulnerable right now.
Yes, and Denver's offense is starting to maybe get in their groove. It's, a very manageable 3rd and 1 where you can basically do anything in your playbook to try to pick it up.
It's a precarious position to get the first down, though, as they do the fullback dive. Wow, I was going to say if they get only a 1 yard, they start their trip to the end zone 10 yards away, but a great fullback dive wait will set them up 7 yards instead.
Repaying R.E. Mills for his 11 seasons with the team, 11 seasons in the league, all with Denver.
Heavy look again. 4-3 look matched by the defense. To the outside is the run. Stanley will almost get there. He picks up 5 on the carry, but he seemed untouched for about 5 seconds of that play.
Yeah, I thought O'Shaughnessy was going to absolutely burst through that defender and make it into the end zone, but Washington's defense did a great job standing strong and forcing the tackle.
R.E. Mills in the backfield as a fullback. They could just give it to him again. They fake it to him, and they're going to give it to Mosley. He dives in for the touchdown. +6 on the board, +6 for Mosley.
Mosley, that is Mosley's 7th touchdown of the season. Right there, just the goal line merchant. Look at this, the block right there, picks up the block on the linebacker, and then Mosley just does enough, that vision, to find the hole and then punch it in for the touchdown. And now Denver flips the game again, and now they're looking to go up 4 points here late in the second quarter, excuse me.
The 3rd lead change of the ball game, and we're still in the first half. Here, Denver retake the lead 14-10, and this is becoming a very tight match so far tonight. Folks, thank you for joining us here in the SFL in the Virtual Football Network. It is Washington v. Denver. Washington started off behind after a pick 6, but they've clawed back in to 10 points before Denver just now retaking the lead. Washington's offense back on the field. Anything different you'd like to see from either team in this one?
I mean, we've seen a few sustained drives for both of these teams in these later drives. I'd like to see them continue with that versus we saw some of those short drives that ended up getting nothing done.
I also like some more sustained drives as well. Nobody dislikes offense. And Washington's going to start empty here, looking to pass to start this drive. Denver only rush 3. The throw down the middle, deep the field. Oh no, he fumbled the ball, but recovered. Oh man, what a play. The catch was made by, I believe, Cooper. He fumbled it. King Alexander saves it by landing on top of it.
That was dangerous right there. Yeah, you mentioned it. Cooper got the catch, and then King Alexander, Johnny on the spot right there to save the day and make it to where Denver doesn't get a game-changing, potentially, takeaway right here on this drive.
The clutch gene to stay composed and focused to make the recovery. It was wide open. There weren't a lot of players near the ball when the fumble was made. So it was just really the first man to the ball. Single back here for Tommy Utah. He's going to give a delayed handoff here. That's going to go nowhere as Denver reads the play well. It's 2nd and 10.
Denver has seen that play a few times. John Martin right there on that play snuffed it out, stopped it for no gain. That's more of what Denver needs to do to stop this Washington offense from using that trickeration to pick up yards.
Utah will throw again. Utah throws to the corner route, and that's going to be good for a first down. That is to Mihata, his first catch of the evening.
Miata caught that, and I thought maybe might be able to break that tackle, but no. Good, strong tackle by the defense. And, Tank Bennett was there, the big 6'4", 227, strong safety to make the tackle.
119 yards for Utah in 10 attempts so far tonight. A 70% completion rate. Very good for him. Denver rushed 4 on the play. Protected, and that catch is made. The man coverage could not stop Terrell Cooper from getting open.
Terrell Cooper is just too big. 6'5", 240. He went up there and skied it like Megatron in his prime right there. The good, solid coverage, right here just matches with him, but goes up, ensures the made tackle, but Terrell Cooper right there, that's exactly what Washington's offense needed to get to this 2-minute warning.
And we're at the 2-minute warning. Washington is on fire in this drive. We're talking about Terrell Cooper's height advantage over the defender Jimmy Hass's. Cooper 6'5". He has 5 inches over that cornerback. And compare that with essentially the hops that he displayed there. He's going to catch any ball. He probably has a 1-mile catch radius. Here's Utah to throw. Down the middle of the field. Picked off in the end zone. Oh my goodness.
This was John Martin's drive. Started off by getting that tackle stop, and then right there reads the quarterback. Tommy Utah might have eyed the wide receiver a little too long, but right there, John Martin was Johnny on the spot, catches that interception, and now Denver gets to maybe put some points on the board before the second half begins.
Yeah, they do have 3 timeouts to go. They will start from their 20-yard line, so let's see what they decide to do. They've almost exclusively run out of this formation on first down. They might go to it on the strong side run. It will be here. A pickup 2 yards on the play. Washington will only tackle it for 2 yards. The fact that they're not calling timeout here or hurrying up, kind of signaling their plan to just go into halftime with the score as is.
Absolutely. They're going to try to ride the momentum into the second half. And yeah, like you said, might be trying to play conservative.
Yeah, not turn the ball over. I say that they start to throw again here. It's complete. It's setting up 3rd and 1. Just manageable to convert on the 3rd down.
And I don't know if Dylan Lewis didn't just take the ball out of the other receiver's hands right there on that pass. It was in the positioning of 2 Denver Nightwing receivers, and right there just said, nope, that's mine.
3rd and 1. They're heavy set. They might as well run it if you line up in this formation. They've done a fullback dive with Ari Mills before out of this. We'll see what they do. They give it to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy's going to pick up the first down, but it looks like we're headed into the half with the score 14-10.
Yeah, it looks like Denver's just going to play it safe. We'll see if they try to stretch it out right here. We've got formation for it, but they have run from this formation a lot.
Well, almost exclusively. Really. Washington will start the ball after halftime, so that's also probably a reason why they are staying conservative here. Is you don't want to give Washington twice the possession here before the half. Nice spread look here. Potentially the final play of the first half. Let's see what Trellis Blanton and company has in store. 10 seconds left in the clock. Here we go. Blanton will throw. To the outside. Almost picked off. Oh my. Wait, we were talking about not throwing the ball away before the half ends.
Yeah, and you know, bringing it back to that prior pass on this drive, hey, it was in a dangerous spot on that play. So, hey, maybe they should just stick with the conservative and run this ball out.
Wind up in, are they going Hail Mary here? A couple of seconds left in the drive. Very deep step back. The pressure's here, and oh man, I mean, he tried to go Hail Mary. Nothing's open deep field. The pressure gets home.
Yeah, it looked like maybe Rodney Panani on that. Yeah, it was Panani. Got that tackle, that sack, and it was phenomenal. And now it forces this halftime break.
We are headed into the halftime as Denver pulls off a 14-10 start here with the lead. Despite their first drive pick, they regained momentum, and it's a very close game so far. Wade, it's been close. It's been, the defense have been showing up, both sides offensively and defensively have been making plays, right? The 2 touchdowns by the Nightwings, their 1 touchdown has been from a pick six. So their singular offensive drive for a touchdown was an incredible display of their ground attack.
Yes, and so far, it, like you said, it's been a close game and been a bit of a defensive battle, but closing out that second half, we saw a little bit more offense, and now we'll see if these teams can continue up the pressure.
We are back here in Mount Olympus. That is the name of the stadium, a very wonderful name, if I do say so myself, for a stadium for the team named the Washington Trident. Wait, I don't know about you, but I love that name for a stadium.
Yeah, absolutely. It's phenomenal. It's right on topic with their team, and I love their identity.
Gives you a feeling that, they're on top of a mountain. They did lead the division last season, so very fitting for the team on top, trying to reclaim that division win. They will clinch a division with a win tonight and a loss by Vancouver on Monday. They will no notes yet about clinching a first round bye with a win here, but it's going to take a lot of other things falling in place for that first round bye. But still, you want to give yourself the best odds by getting a win here. They will start the second half with possession. They're down 4 points. They start with a delayed handoff. Salmons picks up 2 yards.
And that delay they've used it quite a bit today, but so far Denver, it's worked a few times, but now it looks like Denver is starting to kind of tighten up on those plays and are starting to stop them in their tracks.
Yeah, and by a few times, I think you mean only one time. I've only seen that work once tonight. Otherwise, it's only gone for 2 yards per play. They're going to give this to, I think that's Salmon still. No, it's the other running back, Christopher Dean, will pick up a yard. And guess who is on the tackle? The guy who made the pick in the previous half.
Yeah, the hero of the second quarter for Denver gets that stop. And now it's a very tough 3rd and 7.
Empty look for Tommy Utah. Looking to pass here, being very obvious with the formation. Denver stay in zone. Utah will throw, deep step back. Will look, will run. Can Denver stop him? Yes. They got a few linebackers in zone, stayed put to clean up that run.
Excellent play. Defensive pressure, defensive coverage by Denver forces Tommy Utah to have to scramble to try to pick it up. But hey, nothing was open downfield. Try to make it work with his legs, but no doing.
Yeah, what's impressive is they did it out of zone, where you would expect a few zone beaters in the route tree for the receivers. Instead, Utah couldn't find anything, Wade, and he had to take it through his legs, as you mentioned. That's going to force the punt here, and it just feels like Denver never left the field since the end of the first half.
Yeah, and maybe they knew something we didn't know and kind of closed that first half out kind of nonchalantly, but now they get it right back with, plenty of time to play.
Eye spread look here for Trellis Blanton. Offset eye by the running back. They're going to give this to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy tried to find a hole, but quickly closed up by, that's Nicholas Warner with the tackle.
They tried to go to the well again, that run play, but so far, Washington's defense, barring just maybe 2 or 3 plays, has been lights out on run coverage.
56 total rushing yards and 18 attempts by Denver. That's just about 3 yards per carry, almost. Great tackle by Warner again against O'Shaughnessy. It's a 3rd and long. Can Charles Blanton convert here?
And we've said it all game long. This linebacking core for Washington has been absolutely phenomenal in the run game.
Blanton is 1 for 2 on 3rd down through his arm. He's going to throw here off the rollout. That's good. He completes his pass. I believe that is to Keel. Yes, it is to Logan Keel. His first catch in 2 attempts.
Logan Keel looked like he was running a bit of maybe a crossing route. Caught that over the middle. Knew he was going to absorb contact, but stayed strong. Brought it down for a first down.
Blanton has a bevy of talent to throw to us. He has 2 receivers with over 600 yards for the season. That's Keel and Lewis. And Goodman also has 478, and the other 2 receivers have over 300. They go back to the ground game here. Mosley will pick up, they say nothing.
All 3 of these backs have just been having the worst luck tonight, breaking through the tackles of this Washington defense. It's just been first tackle nearly every single time.
They line up back in the bunch look here. They're going to run it this time down the middle. O'Shaughnessy has plenty of room against the dime look who tried to match the 4 receiver look of Denver. They take advantage, Wade, and it picks up first down.
Yes, when you can take advantage of the dime look, the nickel look, and force the defense to spread out and leave plenty of room in the middle for your running backs and your line to really operate and get blocks, it really opens up your entire playbook.
Yeah, because regardless if you man or zone that formation up, there will be an opening for the running back. And it did show up there. They're near the midfield now, 2 yards away from the midfield. Blanton will throw here. Middle of the field. Fumble, they say, and recovered by Washington.
And I think we might see a challenge on this, partner.
I didn't think that was a play made on the ball here. We'll see here. Maybe. He did take 1 step.
No, but Quimby was right there just to take it out of the hands as soon as it was fumbled. It looks,
no challenge.
Are they going to let this go? Okay, they're going to let this stand.
Wow. That might be a momentum turner because it sets Washington up past the midfield. They're going to run this. They gave this to Sammons. Sammons is now going to start basically a solid drive, a 5-yard pickup, probably signaling here their intent to score here.
Yes, I believe they're going to try to put definite points on this board, and they'll see with 5 yards per gain. We'll see.
Strong eye jacks, offset. They gave it to the fullback. That's going to go nowhere.
The defense did a great job pushing pressure up the middle, forcing the offensive lineman back just enough where it bottled up that run. And now it's a 3rd and 5, which, opens the playbook a little bit, but still no easy feat.
No easy feat indeed. They land up with 3 wide receivers and a tight end. Utah has all time to throw. That's going to be overthrown as the man coverage downfield was solid.
Johan Sutherland tried to catch that in with a man in his face, but unfortunately just a little bit off target, just couldn't come down with it. And now Washington is forced to get this punt off.
What an anomalous start to the second half we've had, Wade. After let me do the math here. After 300 total offensive yards by both teams in the first half, the return here, they're going to kneel it here on the end zone. But after those 321 yards in the first half, total by both teams, so far, only 30 between both teams. But Washington in 2 drives have only gone for 4 total yards.
Whew.
Denver, fumbling the ball was not good, but they got the ball back. And so far, they're the only team in this half to put up any momentum downfield as they line up single back. Nickel look by Washington. They're going to run it strong side where the wide receiver vacated, pick up of 4 yards.
So far, Bailey O'Shaughnessy just hasn't had much room to work. But right there, hey, signs of life. 4 yards on a gain, won't kill you, but it's definitely you want more. But hey, if you can string them together, it does pay off.
Handoff. Mosley wide open. Oh my goodness, where were the defenders?
Almost looked like they were running away from the play, but right there, just enough defenders did get to the ball to stop it. But the blockers were getting the job done, occupying space where the defenders had to go around them, and it does enough chaos to get a first down for Denver.
But they once again move the chains here. 3 wide receivers running strong side again. The outside's got hung up by his own offensive line. The offensive tackle slows down the running back.
Righty Panani got back there, forced the offensive tackle back into the backfield, and then the running back runs right into the back. And now, second and 11.
3 wide receivers for Blanton. He's going to throw middle of the field. Oh, almost had a receiver. In fact, he did, but the ball was essentially jarred loose. Mike Kleineck unable to hang on.
Kappa Jones was right there in the vicinity, just laid the head on Kleineck and just brought him down.
Denver has been 5 for 7 on 3rd downs. A fake handoff. Rolling out is Blanton. Throws to the outside is going to go nowhere. It didn't even seem like there was a white uniform in the intended target. It's a 3rd down. We're going to see a punt, but we also receive a game update from the other game. Cam, what you got there?
Mark, Arizona needs to win to clinch a playoff spot. Watch David Tilley deflect this pass and then off the ricochet, pick it off. His first career touchdown for his first career interception, goes for a touchdown. Arizona up 17-0, looking to wrap up one of those clutch playoff spots the final week of the season. Back to you.
The rare pick 6 manifests himself in the Arizona Queen City game, Wade. We also had a pick 6 of our own here, but not quite a thick 6.
No, you always love to see the thick 6. Just a spectacular celebration, usually.
Now Washington is back on the field as Denver's drive goes nowhere. Nothing much. How about Wade Salmons breaking a couple of tackles, picking up 9 yards on this play?
It was quite the run right there. That is his longest of the day, and it's continuing to pick up momentum, and right there just enough to get that tackle to save the first down. But hey, Salmons needed that to maybe build a little momentum continuing this ball game.
He is now 49 yards for 13 attempts. That's an average of 3.8 yards per carry after that play. It's 2nd and 1. Fake to the fullback. They give it to Christopher Dean. I believe he's going to go. No, they say he didn't even get the first down.
No, and that's a great defensive play by Denver to force that stop and make this the 3rd and 1. Now they have to burn another play to try to pick up this first, and Denver's defense has a chance to step up big.
Gusters the fullback offset eye. They motioned their tight end. I believe that's number 88, the backup tight end on the line. They give this to Gusters. He's going to get the first down, and Washington keep the chain rolling.
Great blocking right there by Washington's line. Opened up the part of the C's, and then Gusters was able to rumble, bumble, stumble for a first down.
We go back empty look here. Okay, so they are going to play aggressive after that, after those solid run plays. They motion Alexander from right to left. overloading that part of the zone. Utah to throw. He's going to throw to the right, and that's good. Wide open. Can he get to the end zone? Yes. Shane Kaufman catches it and runs it home, undeterred by any defender.
The blocking was good, held up just long enough for Tommy Utah to deliver this ball and get a beautiful touchdown right there. The defender was going for an interception, got out of whack, and then Shane Kaufman just turns on the burners and gets into the end zone. Now Washington pulls ahead again, possibly making it a 3-point lead and forcing this to Denver to respond.
Extra point is up and good. So after two very uneventful drives, they score one here off of a 47-yard touchdown. We appreciate our statisticians, Wade, Mike, and Dwayne, delivering us these stats accurately to us, making us sound smarter here in the booth.
Absolutely.
Back on the field will be Travis Blanton and company. They've had 3 looks now here. This is going to be their 3rd offensive look in the second half. They've gone for 38 yards total their last 2 drives and have only mustered up a punt and a fumble turnover.
Yep, they definitely want better results on this drive.
Nickel look by Washington against this triple formation. They keep going to that strong side run. They break one tackle, Shaughnessy, but he can't find any positive yards despite the broken tackle.
No, there was just no running room right there. Washington's defense has been absolutely phenomenal in run defense today, and right there, no different.
Absolutely. They've only allowed 58 yards in 27 attempts. It's about 2 yards per carry. Here's Blanton to throw. Pressure's coming in. Oh no, that throw bobbled in the air, was dangerous, could have been picked off.
Was the defense got to him? I believe that might have been Panani right there getting to the quarterback. Blanton just heaved up a prayer, and like you mentioned, very fortunate that it wasn't picked off.
Trips look by Travis Blanton on 3rd and long. They failed the last 3rd down conversion and punted. They wouldn't want to be forced on a 3 and out here after Washington regained momentum of the ball game. Blanton will throw. Washington sends 6 on the rush to the outside is no good. Logan Keel could not find the ball. The man coverage was too tight.
Washington's defense had to stay strong right there. The defensive coverage, the pass defense was phenomenal on that play. They gave the receiver no room to work, and that forces that incompletion, and now we got a punt.
Now Denver has been quiet offensively. Looking at their last couple of drives, so their last 4 drives now, spanning all the way back to the end of the first quarter, is now for a total of 44 yards only. They've only averaged 10 yards in their last 4 drives.
Yeah, definitely looking to right that ship and get another result.
Meanwhile, Washington, touchdown in their last drive, looking to extend the lead here. A field goal puts them up by 6, but if you're any offensive coordinator, you want a touchdown right here and right now. 1 minute, 29 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Here's the pass by Utah. Middle of the field, that's good. Mihara on the beautiful post route makes a catch.
Yeah, the strong catch in a tough traffic situation. He knew he was going to get hit, but brought it down, caught it, first down, moved those chains, had time to throw. But yeah, like we said, that defender was right there. Thought it could have been a 50-50 play, knocked that ball out, but nope. Big catch by Miata.
One of the top tight ends in the league, 500 receiving yards to his name. He's the 3rd player in this Washington offense with over 500 yards. So talk about spreading the love in the passing game. But, oh man, what a tackle on Dwayne Salmons there.
Yeah, just got a few yards on the play. Just picked up 3, but, it took a few Denver defenders just to knock him down.
There's the numbers of Dwayne Salmons on the screen. About 50-plus yards on 14 attempts. Lineup heavy set here. Here's the handoff to the fullback. Gusters gets nothing. Only 2 yards, they say. Tackle made by number Was it number 97? Didn't quite catch number. Joseph Cebulka.
And on that play, the defense got the offensive line back into the backfield. Gusters ran into the wall, but continued to turn those legs and get something out of nothing.
Empty look again. Utah to throw again. Has time. Will throw. That's no good. Tipped on the play. There were several defenders in the landing zone.
Yeah, he targeted Mihata in triple coverage right there. Very fortunate that it's only a 4th and 5 versus a first down for Denver. After that could have been a nightmare.
Well, they at least set themselves up in a 48-yard attempt. Chance to extend the lead here. The kick is up, and the kick is no good. It swerves too far to the right. I'm sure Mike Daggs has nightmares of the phrase wide right, and now we hear it again. Washington just misses it in the worst possible way that you never want to see. But hey, the defense has to play really tough and get a stop right here. 1 second left here in the ball game. That was not only wide right, it was very wide right because the kick started at the left hash marks. 1 second left in the third quarter. They give it to Shaughnessy. He's going to get negative 2 yards, and that is how the third quarter is going to end. Put your fours up, folks. It is the final frame of this very pivotal, very consequential game in this week. If you're liking this stream so far, please like this video. I'll say it again, like this video. Please support our hardworking crew by smashing the like button, subscribing, and commenting on this video. It really helps the channel out. Turn on notifications so you'll never miss a live stream, highlight, or podcast. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. I'm Mark Lopez, your play-by-play, and with me is Wade Collins, an analyst, as we look at this drive. Oh, the tip pass against Blanton. Here's Blanton. That was a dangerous tip. Kaufman could have made that into a turnover.
Washington's defense came to play on this drive. They need one more stop, potentially, unless Denver wants to go for it on 4th and long. But hey, they need a stop right here. Changes the ball game.
Trips look again. Charles Blanton. He's going to have a deep step, and the pressure gets home. They were unblocked on the left side of the offensive line. Quimby with a sack.
The cornerback blitz right there. Quimby gets the stop. They needed that, and there's that stop we needed for this defense to really right the ship for them. Boom, big hit. And that, Blanton's going to be kind of needing to go over there, get a little smelling salts, and wake up a little bit after that hit.
A huge loss, and they are now less than half the yardage production of Washington. 133 yards in 3 quarters of play has been an incredible defensive showing by this Washington unit.
Absolutely. Washington came to ball tonight, and it's been a slugfest all game. Defenses have been playing. Offenses have shown up, but the defenses really came to play tonight.
A win here will be very big for Washington because not only will it secure or give them a good shot at getting the division, it also sets them up with momentum, as they also won against the Vancouver Legion in the previous week, and they win here will set themselves up with good momentum heading into the playoffs that they already clinched.
That first play, 5 yards, it will bear watching if Washington can run a bit on this drive and really milk that clock, maybe 4 or 5 minutes off the clock.
Heavy look here. They might give it to Gusters. They will. Gusters with about his 6th carry, I believe. And it's going to be good for almost a first down. It's 3rd and 3.
And it took a pretty good punt by Denver to put Washington in pretty scary territory. But now they continue this drive, and now they just need one more first down to continue it.
And with 8 minutes to go, it's not Denver's friend. The clock isn't. Oh, Dwayne Samuels breaks the tackle, and that's going to be enough for a first down. I thought that Denver could make it here and get off the field, but no.
It looked like they were going to bottle him up in the backfield for a loss, but Dwayne Samuels, facing his former team, just too strong and gets that first down.
Probably seen the defense too much during practice and all his time with Denver. now in a different team, is making a lot of noise. As this play goes for about a 1 yard gain. Christopher Dean picking up only 1 yard after being tackled by the Denver defender.
And that clock continues to count down, but Washington needs to continue this drive.
Ted Haynes was there for the tackle. Here's the pressure coming. That was Jimmy with a potential sack, but instead, John Martin, not Jimmy. John Martin with the near sack, but instead a completion setting up 3rd and 4.
Somehow, Tommy Utah got rid of that ball, and it was caught. Shane Kaufman, huge play right there, and now 3rd and 4. They've got to get something working.
Denver pressures come in. That is good. Mihara just sat on the hook route and in the middle of any defender.
You said it, right through that window. Very scary throw. Oh, just if he just turns around just a little bit more, I think he gets one of those big old mitts on there. But Mihara caught it, safety net, and now 1st down. They continue this drive, and that clock continues to run.
Shoelace catch. Had to bend down 90 degrees to make the catch. My back hurts just looking at that play. Here's the run to Samus. He picks up. Oh, it's another loss. This defensive unit of Denver, Wade, has been racking up tackle for losses tonight.
They've been stepping up and shutting down this run game. Just hasn't been super effective tonight, but now they need to step up in the pass game as well.
I say that, but it seemed like that's the first PFL as it's Washington with the 8 tackles for losses. Here's Utah. The throw downfield to the outside is, no good. But he did have Mihara there. It looked like it was in Mihara's hands, perhaps, but just bounced off.
It did. It looked like a corner route. Just might have had a little bit of separation, but the defense did a great job to force that incompletion on Mihara, who had some positioning to maybe catch that, but no. Great play.
Man, or kind of a man look here. They rush the quarterback here. The pass on the outside is no good. That's going to be a punt forced by Denver, and it's going to give them good odds here with 6 minutes to go to tie the game up in their offensive drive.
It will. 6 minutes on the clock in the SFL is just eternity, basically, and now the Nightwings have a chance to get something started.
For some, it's an eternity. For others, 6 minutes will be gone in a flash, depending on how this drive goes for Denver. Ball's going to bounce out of bounds, which means Denver is going to start about the 20-yard line. And look at the offensive yards comparison, top level of your screen in the second half. 120 to 26. Trident have outpaced Denver almost 100 yards in the second half alone. We got a half of a quarter left. Bunch look for Charles Blanton on 1st down. They're going to hand it off to the outside. And O'Shaughnessy could not pick up more than 2 yards on the play. The Denver defense has been protecting that outside running all night.
And for about the 400th time we've called his name tonight, Nicholas Warner right there with a combined tackle with one of the secondary members. Great tackle, forcing only a 2-yard gain.
Warner and Diggs combined for 17 tackles tonight. That is an insane number for those 2 linebackers. Nice pass here by Blanton. It sets up 3rd and 2.
A very manageable 3rd and 2, and they've been averaging close to about 2-3 yards, so maybe they pick up the first on the ground.
They will give it to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy will pick up a 1st down. So they're going to keep the chains moving. A good pace. They only need the field goal to tie. Touchdown to win.
One thing you don't want to do, you kind of don't want to strike too fast, too early, because then you leave plenty of time for Washington. They'd only be down 4 if they score 7.
The swing pass to Mosley, not quick enough to get more than 2 yards after the catch. Your point, Wade, about not striking too fast too early. The problem is that they also have to strike. They have to get to the point that they can score. They're currently not there, not close even yet. 2nd and 8 here at the 33-yard line. Charles Blanton will throw. That ball is tipped and falls to the ground.
Logan Keel was targeted in, it looked like double to triple coverage on that left side of the field. Ultimately incomplete, but that was a danger area for Trellis Blanton to be throwing that ball.
4.5 minutes to go. I wouldn't say fourth down scenario, as you have all 3 timeouts, and you have your defense that you can rely on if you punt here. Pretty good third down efficiency by both teams. Denver 6 for 11, Washington 7 for 12. A deep step back here is caught. Oh, and he's wide open. He can get it to the end zone at the 20, 15, 10, and saved. Saved at the last second. What a play by Logan Keel, and the touchdown saved by, I believe, Kappa Jones.
And that was just a huge play right there. Look, misses the tackle. The 2 defenders kind of got wrapped up in each other, took each other out, and then, yeah, that did look like maybe Kappa Jones right there on the tackle, saving the touchdown. And Logan Keel, huge play. Trellis Blanton trusted his man, got it. Now, very tantalizing prospect.
First and goal, 9 yards to go. Mosley with one of the more spectacular runs here. That was a 59-yard catch by Logan Keel. You were talking about striking not too fast. Maybe that's too fast for their liking, so they're going to want to slow down a bit here with 2 more attempts at the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. Try to milk this clock a little bit more.
They have to get there, though. They give it to O'Shaughnessy. O'Shaughnessy to the end zone. That is 6. They retake the lead in what seems like the 50th lead change.
Yes, it's been back and forth, seesaw effect all game long right there. Denver punches it in with O'Shaughnessy just on the ground. Those blockers doing phenomenal work, and then O'Shaughnessy works for himself and breaks the tackle, carrying in to the end zone. Now they have a chance to pull up by 4, so Washington doesn't have the chance to kick a field goal for a tie. They have to go for 6 and make it 7.
Extra point is up, and extra point is good. Denver are looking to complete their campaign on one of their best seasons with hopefully a 9-3 finish. Washington trying to spoil that attempt if they can come back for a win here with 3.5 minutes to go. Oh man, folks, this is an incredible ball game. Thank you for joining us here in the SFL. It's another Saturday, and for one of the most consequential games of the week, I wouldn't have it any other way, Wade.
Absolutely, same here, partner.
21-17, Utah was able to bring his team up to the lead earlier, 17-14 after a great drive, but this time is seeing a 4-point deficit. We'll have to throw. Throws deep. Almost picked off. Oh my. The defender had a hand on the ball, but couldn't complete the interception. An underthrown pass could have gone, disastrously.
Absolutely. Stephen Goodman was right there with the leather on the ball, but yeah, just couldn't come down with it.
It would have been his first pick of the season. Instead, he adds to his pass deflections. Had 4 coming into this week. Denver pressure only sends 4. This time a completion down the middle of the field. That is good. They gave it to Shane Kaufman, and it's first down again.
And Shane is closing in on the century mark in this ball game, but Utah's been on point. He needs to stay perfect, not necessarily in attempts and completions, but you cannot turn the ball over.
Absolutely. That will be the thing that will kill this drive, is a turnover, as is any other drive. But not only will it kill the drive, it might be the nail in the coffin. Washington do have 3 timeouts here as the clock is ticking. Throw to the outside is good. Mihara climbs the ladder and makes a spectacular catch.
The safety blanket right there on the corner route had separation. We saw that earlier on a play that was nearly identical, but right there the safety just wasn't close enough to stop him. Catches it, and now Miata is approaching the century mark as well, and we'll see if Utah continues to target that center and the right side of the field.
I think it was Schreiner on the corner making the hit on Mihara, but Schreiner undersized compared to the Hulk that is Mihara. Here's a throw short down the middle, pickup of about 7 yards. Terrell Cooper will pick up a nice catch and keep the ball rolling here for Washington.
Tommy Utah has been spreading the love around fairly well. 4 different targets on the day, and each 4 target has been has a catch.
2 minutes to go, 120 seconds of regulation, where Washington is trying to make a comeback win, a touchdown to win it, as a field goal is no good. This is potentially the final drive of the ball game, bar anything miraculous by either end here. They go heavy look here with 39 yards left to the end zone. They give this to Sammons. Sammons breaks a tackle. No. He will only pick up a yard on display. It's 3rd and 2. What do you do now here, Wade?
I'd go for maybe a play action pass, something, or maybe even a curl route or something like that. Something you get guaranteed yardage, but it's an easy catch.
Heavy look again. They don't go out of this. 1 minute, 36 seconds to go. To the outside. Sammons will get it. He gets it as he gets back-to-back carries, the first down. I think they should start hurrying up, though.
Absolutely. That clock continues to roll down. Both teams have their all 3 timeouts, but they've kind of got to get a pep in their step going now.
Our delayed handoff is going to go for a yard. That's Christopher Dean, and it's a little too conservative for my liking here, Wade.
Yeah, same. I'd like to see them maybe put a little desperation into it and get going.
Here we go. They line up with 4 wide receivers. It is signaling pass. Can Utah convert this? He's going to throw. Middle of the field is caught as a short pass to Terrell Cooper. But they're not hurrying up to the line. What is going on? You still are 30 yards over to go. 40 seconds in the clock.
They're playing this a little too nonchalantly, and we need to see them do something. Call a timeout or just get it going. They are taking too much time.
They finally hurry up to the line. Utah will hand this up on their own. Sammons gets the first down. They're going to have to hurry it back up on the line here. No, they call the first timeout.
Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, set it up with the pass, the run to get the first down, and now they've got their timeouts, but they are working with their back against the clock. They have got to put some emphasis on hurrying up.
It's a 30-second red zone drill. What do you have in your playbook, Washington? They will start with a throw. Pressure on coming. Almost picked off.
Almost sacked as well. Tommy Utah got a little bit of happy feet back there, delivered the ball on a rope, but the defense was right there with the hand on the ball, forcing that incompletion. And now Utah has to dig deep and be perfect on the next few plays.
Empty look for Tommy Utah. He will throw deep and no, almost 1 yard away from the end zone. They call a timeout. I think they just need to run this in.
Yeah, they you know they can. They've done it quite a few times this season, but now they have got to get something that pays off right here, right now.
They line up with 3 wide receivers. Are they going to run it? Are they going to pass it? Tommy Utah, you've got a few plays to go left with less than 20 seconds and your final timeout. They motion Mihara here. A touchdown takes the lead. Utah will throw to the outside. Is it complete? He was there. Mihara was there.
It was phenomenal defense right there. Staying close to Mihara, did just enough to force that incompletion. Great play by the defense. They will not bend very easily. They will not break. They've got to stay strong.
3 more downs. They look like they're just going to have to pass this. They will. Look at all this pressure. Oh, they lost a yard on that pass and catch. And instead, they're not even in range for a run, potentially.
No, they've got to, partner, they've got to do something right here. Something that is high success, that they've had a lot of success with. We've got to see it right here.
empty set. They've thrown the pick here in the end zone before. Here's pressure coming. It's gone. It's the touchdown. He wins it inside 10 seconds to go.
Second touchdown of the day. Right there, none bigger. Kaufman catches it, tiptoes, and gets tackled, making those feet inbound. Touchdown. Washington come from behind at the last possible moment. Now the point after, if they can nail it, they're up 3, and they've got to get the stop on the kickoff, and then they've got to stop 1 to 2 more plays.
Wow. Shane Kaufman is Shane Clutchman. He made that tiptoe catch, as you mentioned, Wade. 4 seconds to glory. Denver, this is their only chance unless they kneel it. If they kneel it, they go for a Hail Mary. If they run it back, oh, they're returning it. Do we get a return touchdown? Broken tackle, no! He's brought down, zeros on the clock. That is it, game over. Washington with the last second victory off of Shane Kaufman's heroics.
On a weekend of phenomenal games, partner. Right here, we witnessed a barn burner, wire to wire. It has been lights out. A little bit of defense, some offense. A phenomenal day today for both of these teams.
Oh, what a ball game. Washington wins 24-21. They keep their hopes alive of securing the division. And Denver take a loss here as teams in that division are, looking to vie for positioning. It's gonna worsen their odds in getting a first round bye, but this playoff situation aside, this has been a spectacular ball game. No team has had more than 7-point lead in this ball game. It has been tight from start to finish. What are your thoughts of this one, Wade?
Just absolute. I'm still in awe of this ball game. I mean, we saw a little bit of everything. We saw a fumble, we saw interception, we saw run touchdowns, pass touchdowns, big plays, everything you want. If you want to see a football game, this is the one right here.
Player of the game for me will be Shane Kaufman with his 2 touchdowns and the game-winning one. But that is it for myself, Mark Lopez, and Wade Collins tonight. For our stats people, Dwayne and Mike and Cameron Irvine. Folks, thank you for joining us. Have a good night. We have a couple more games to go, but for us, see ya and goodbye.